Welcome to the Motormouth YouTube channel. I'm Zach.
I'm Andrea.
And this is Questions, Coffee and Cars 181. How do you get a question in?
Follow along on Instagram at motormouth_Andrea. Every Sunday morning I put a post out on Instagram asking for questions. Once we gather them, the post is deleted and we start the show.
Time now for Questions, Coffee and Cars.
Your questions from Instagram.
Do you know if any of the new EVs from Toyota will be capable of bidirectional charging?
I think I remember that was going to happen.
Yeah, I think with the new BZ, new name, more power,
Still
more
annoying
capability.
for us Canadians.
Yeah.
We like to call it a BZ. You know what? I got to tell you, so you're going to be able to take energy out of the battery to supply things.
Yeah.
Especially that Woodland one. I
Yeah.
got to tell you, Andrea, I kind of like that Woodland one.
Do you?
I think
The
it looks,
Woodland?
yeah, because I like a wagon.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a wagon, and I like it sitting a little higher.
Yeah, it gets 8.3 inches of ground clearance,
Yeah.
so a little bit more than the regular BZ.
And you know what? It doesn't look like a weird EV. It looks like a kind of a modern looking wagon. I kind of like it. I don't know why, but I think it's kind of cool.
And also, it's 5.5 inches longer than the regular BZ.
Andrea, if we went camping, I don't want to make coffee over a fire.
No.
Well, that'd be real caveman
We
stuff.
could-
we
we-
would just take our Nespresso machine.
I was going to say, we'll bring our Nespresso machine. Remember we did that with the F-150?
We did.
And we were sitting on the tailgate in one of our videos, and we had it all plugged in, and it's great. We love it. But back in the day, when we did go camping...
I have the Coleman. Are you guys old enough to remember this?
Yeah.
The Coleman camp stove, where it had the bottle of, not propane, it had the bottle of the camp fluid, and you would pump it up with pressure, and then it was like a gas. That was actually pretty good.
That was good. Loved your review of the new VW Tiguan. Any concerns about the reliability of VW products? Wow.
It's just one of those things where people are paralyzed because of reliability. And people crucify me and say, well, Zach, you have like so many other cars you could drive if you have a problem. But I've always said, and I'll say it again, I'll say it right now,
Yeah.
that's not how I buy cars. I buy cars because I like it. I want it. I want that new Tiguan, Andrea. Let's go get it. That's the way I am.
Oh, we bought the GTI. We could
have
have
a
picked
GTI.
something else.
We could have got a Prius.
Yeah.
We didn't. We got a GTI because we like the GTI. By the way, the GTI is great, and it absolutely runs like a top, and it's my favorite little car to drive around the city.
Yeah, it's definitely been good to us. The viewers who say we have many different cars to drive, you are absolutely 100% right. However, back in the day when I had a vehicle and Zach had a vehicle, we still picked vehicles that possibly weren't as reliable as another vehicle. That's just our personal preference. If we had an issue with it, then
We dealt with it.
We didn't get to go where we wanted to go that day.
Yeah, but we had more than one car. We had the other
Another one. But is it annoying? 100%. Who wants to take it into the dealership? I get it. Volkswagen, unfortunately, does not have a great track record for reliability. Whether you look at JD Power or you look at Consumer Reports, it's typically at the bottom of the list. So if reliability is what drives you, it's number one on your list.
Get a Prius.
Then I wouldn't recommend Volkswagen. If you're looking for a different type of brand that offers an engaging, fun ride, I would recommend Volkswagen for you.
I'm joking about the Prius. It's just like the most reliable car on the road is the Prius. That's why I say that.
When is the RAV4 GR Sport arriving at dealers, and is there still a regular plug-in hybrid besides GR Sport? Yes. You can get, Zach and I were talking about this morning actually, you can get an SE and then the GR Sport plug-in hybrid in Canada. In the US, you get all those models, but you also get the Woodland model too.
The production of the the regular hybrid models will be late fall, beginning of 2026. And I would think, and the thing is that the plugins come from Japan. So yeah, I think they'll all be coming around the same time.
I recently purchased a 2025 Mazda CX-30 and it's almost time for its first service. I'm currently torn between taking it to the dealership or going with a trusted third-party option like Canadian Tire. Since this is my very first car, I'd really appreciate your insight on which route is best, especially when it comes to maintaining warranty, service quality, and long-term value.
Well, you don't have to take the car anywhere. You do not have to take the car to the dealer. You can take it anywhere. You just have to make sure that you've documented whatever the book says. So you have a maintenance book in the least read book in the world, the owner's manual.
Yeah.
In there is also the maintenance book. You have to follow that. Make sure you get a printout saying that all those items have been addressed and looked at, and follow the schedule and don't fall behind to maintain your warranty. Now, trusted, reputable Canadian Tire, well, there'd be a lot of people writing below about that. There are lots of other independent garages that you might want to consider. If it really makes you sleep well at night, just take it back to the dealer.
Here's something interesting. Our in-laws, my in-laws, Zach's dad and his stepmom, were considering selling their Volkswagen. How old is it?
It's a 2018.
Okay, it's a 2018. It's been good to them. The stepmom always took it to the Volkswagen dealership. Always. She may have paid a little bit of
She
extra
paid a
money
lot
for
more,
it.
Andrea, a lot more.
My father-in-law is always like, why do you take it there? Why don't you take it here? You don't need to pay that kind of money. She felt that that helped her sleep at night. She felt that they took good care of her. Interestingly enough, when they were considering selling it, they've decided to keep it. What did Zach say that you should write up?
Oh, for sure.
It was taken to a Volkswagen dealership for 100% of its maintenance.
You can say it's being dealer service, but also the dealer screwed up on one of their last services and left the coolant, or the rad open, and my brother drove it, left all the way across the city from the east end of Toronto all the way to the west end. All the lights come on, and they took it in, and that was because the dealer forgot to put the stuff back on. So anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
But yes, it's one of those little marketing things when you go to sell a car. Well, the number one thing when you go to sell a car is you have full history that the car has been serviced and it's been serviced properly, and you have all the documentation. So never throw out any piece of paper. Just stuff it in the least read book on the planet, the owner's manual. Stick it in that folder. So when you go to sell it, you have all this stuff. So you don't have to take it to the dealer.
We don't take all of our vehicles to the dealership. We have a very trusted business that we go to, and they've been amazing for us. So we really put a lot of trust in them. So you have to feel comfortable with your decision. Here's a question for you. Knowing you recommend the X5, would you recommend buying a 2025, 2026 before the redesign? I suspect they may go with a cheaper interior in the new X5 like the new X3.
You can play both sides. Listen, you can wait for for it to be shown and when it's coming, and they'll be able to order a new one if you want that, if you like it, or you can just pick one of the ones that's sitting on the dealer and pick it up. So you can play both. I think the current one is kind of like peak excellence. It's really good. It drives so well. The inline six, the interior still has a normal dash. It's not weird. I think the styling is particularly strong in the current X5. I would just say, for me, I just go get the one you can get right now.
The current model just looks classy, that interior. And I would be afraid that the new model that's coming is going to have that kind of X3 resemblance. So I would just go with the current model myself.
Don't wait, just get it now.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. The other thing is, most people lease high-end cars. I'm not sure that's your situation. Hey, you could drive it for 2-3 years. If you really love the next one, you could always trade it in and get that when it's out.
And BMW's amazing with all that stuff. If you come back for another vehicle, they lower your interest rate. I mean, they handcuff you to that brand. Our friends have BMWs. They have 2 of them, and they keep going back every time they lease them, but they just can't walk away from BMW, and they've been amazing to them. My girlfriend, sometimes wants to get out of her lease early. No problem. I have a question about the power outlet located in the cargo area. Is the cigarette lighter power outlet enough to power a portable car freezer? Yes, a 12-volt freezer, you can.
So what you want to do is make sure that you buy the freezer or the fridge that has a plug that is compatible with a 12-volt system. Okay, so what you would have is typically, if there was a plug, like a regular wall plug, it'll say 115 on it, and that is going to give you enough to like charge a laptop with its regular power and converter, whatever it's called. But yeah, you want to buy a fridge or a freezer that is 12-volt compatible, and there's loads of them out there. So just get that.
And also keep in mind, if you have the vehicle off and you're charging that, you will drain the battery. So be careful with that. You don't want a dead battery. These are things to think about. Hi guys, big fan of your channel. Thank you. Quick question. Is it true that Honda will be adding hybrid engines to the upcoming Pilot and Passport? That's happening soon. Would it be worth waiting to buy one?
Well, they have definitely said that they are rejigging their whole philosophy. If you're not aware, there was a big battery and EV announcement made for the Canadian factory where they make the CRV and Civic currently. And that was a full integration of battery facility and then electric vehicle manufacturing. And they've put all of that on hold. I think Trump has something to do with that as well. But they put all of that on hold. They're pausing their electric portfolio, and Akio Toyoda was right. His philosophy was, hybrids really are the answer for most people today.
So Honda has announced that, yes, they are going to start bringing hybrids out. And the reason why is because the demand in the North American market is there for hybrids. It's what consumers want. Is it going to be soon? Well, they're working on it. What they're saying is it will not be before 2027, but they are looking at more powerful hybrids. They're looking at hybrids that have more towing capacity. But I would say in the next couple of years, you'll see them. But I don't think it'll be before 2027. And it's the same with the Volkswagen Tiguan. Many consumers thought that Volkswagen was going to release a Tiguan hybrid with this all-new design. That won't be arriving until probably earliest 2027 as well.
But it's not far away.
No.
Because come the fall, the 26s will be available. Okay. So it's really only 18 months. You know, if they release it as a 27 model year, but sometimes they wait until the actual year. Anyway, 2 years goes by very quickly in the auto industry. So yes, they're going to bring more of them. They have to. Look at the #1 selling vehicle in North America is the RAV4. It's gone 100% hybrid. It's going to clobber everything else. It will just clobber everything else. It will.
Let's just hope Toyota can keep up. But yeah, 2 years goes by fast in life in general. All of a sudden I go, where did the year go? I'm sure you guys feel the same way too.
I was watching.
They are coming and I'm thrilled about it.
So I was watching my Canadian YouTubers. They were van lifers. I was obsessed for a while there with like building out a van into a camper van.
It's like, when's a new episode coming? There was that.
Anyway, they were building these vans traveling around, and they're a very cute couple. Now they have a baby. And I was watching their video the other day, and they came off the road and bought a cabin in the woods. It was 5 years ago. And I was like, holy man, where did 5 years go?
I know.
And that was during COVID. Can you believe COVID was almost 5.5 years ago when that started?
Hard to believe.
That's half a decade, like that.
Yet it feels like yesterday, kind of.
I know, it was a nightmare. And then, so 2 years in the auto industry is nothing. Nothing.
Does the all-new 2026 Toyota RAV4 have more trunk space than the previous RAV4? Well, Toyota never released the dimensions of the new RAV4, so we don't really know. But our feeling is when we did our first look video, it felt the same to me. The trunk space, second row legroom, I mean, we could be off by a little bit, but it just didn't seem that much bigger to me.
I think it's the same car underneath, updated to the 5th generation hybrid system. But the reality with this RAV4, Andrew and I talked about this. If this was a Korean brand, this would have been a mid-cycle refresh.
Totally.
But this is an all-new car.
Yeah.
And I think the platform probably, we don't have the dimensions, is the same. It's highly successful, so I don't think they'll screw with it too much. So they put new sort of sheet metal on it, new front and rear, and a new slightly updated interior. But I think essentially we're working with the same thing.
Feels the same. Should I be having buyer's remorse over my recent 2025 Honda CR-V hybrid purchase given the 2026 RAV4 announcement? Do you think Honda will match a lot of the RAV4 features in the future of the CR-V, of future iterations of the CR-V? You know, Toyota already has in the previous model all the features that the Honda CR-V is currently missing.
We did a whole video on it just a few weeks ago.
I mean, I don't even know why Honda did a full redesign of the CR-V a few years ago, and they didn't add things like a 360 camera and ventilated front seats, panoramic sunroof. I don't get it. Now they've done this refresh. They do have the off-road trail sport.
Trail Sport, yeah.
But
I was with Toyota and I called their Woodland the Trail Sport by mistake.
Oh, boy.
And then I said, oops, I said, that's Honda. You know what I mean? They outdoorsy one. Yeah, so they've added a new trim. But if you go and watch that video, tell you what I'll do. I'll put the link right here.
Yeah.
Go and watch that about the 2026 CR-V. The changes they made are basically stopgap to get them to the next one. To your question, though, I would not have any buyer's remorse about the CR-V hybrid because you've got one. You'd speak to those people that are going to wait for a RAV4 hybrid. Good luck. You're not going to get one.
And it sounds like to me, if you bought the CR-V hybrid and you know that they don't have those features, then you are maybe okay with that. It's a terrific hybrid system. It's comfortable. It's smooth. It's quieter than
bigger.
The outgoing RAV4 hybrid. We have to drive the new hybrid. Maybe it's going to be quiet like the CR-V. I don't know. But Honda did a great job with the CR-V, so I wouldn't have buyer's remorse just because the new and the latest.
And it's bigger. It's got a bigger back seat. It's got a bigger trunk, so it's got all of that going for it. I would say, listen, you've got one. Bird in the hand is better than one in the bush. Is that the saying? Something like that. So you have one. You can play the game of you just keep it and wait for the froth to come out of the market a little bit around the new RAV4, and you could always get one. In a couple of years.
But the thing is, the CR-V is always going to have great resale value. Every single viewer who bought the CR-V hybrid absolutely loves it. I haven't heard one negative thing about it from a viewer.
Andrea, I'll give you some. There's no ventilated front seats. There's no panoramic sunroof. There's no 360 camera. You have heard that.
No, not from viewers who have purchased it because they must have been okay with it.
They're okay with that.
Am I hearing complaints from other people who will not pay top dollar for the Honda CR-V top trim? Because it doesn't have these features? 100%. But they're not buying it. So something must have driven you to buy the CR-V hybrid.
I'll tell you why. Because you could get it.
Yeah.
You've got it. Enjoy it.
At this point, is there any reason to buy a gas vehicle if a hybrid version is also offered?
Oh, man. We're just going down the hybrid rabbit hole. It depends what the function of the vehicle is.
Yeah.
Like if it's a Honda Civic, hands down, the Honda Civic hybrid is better than the gas one.
Yeah.
It is. Unless you're getting an SI.
With a manual.
Yeah, the CR-V, actually our favorites of the Korean twins, the Sportage and the Tucson, the hybrid's the one to get. It drives better.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can have this is the great thing about hybrids, and this is why the industry is finally coming around to what we've known for a long period of time, is you can have your cake and eat it too. You can have a car that is good.
Yeah.
It does the job, plus it saves a ton on fuel. That's where they win with that. And you don't have to plug it in, you just drive it normally.
And the reason why brands have a large portfolio, gas, hybrid, plug-in hybrid, and EVs, is that different people want different powertrains. And so you may want a gas model, but somebody else loves the whole EV experience and will never go back to a gas model. Or someone just wants a hybrid. Interestingly enough, the new RAV4 that Toyota just put out is exclusively electrified, hybrid and plug-in hybrid. And I was a little bit surprised when we put that first look video out of people commenting, I wish there was a gas model option.
Yeah, but it's also because there are a lot of people who live in the US, especially where fuel prices are low. Like we were in Texas for the launch event. It's $2.60 a gallon. And there's huge ass trucks everywhere.
Yeah.
Tahoes, Suburbans, Expeditions, Escalades, they're everywhere there. Because fuel is cheap.
Yeah.
And so you can see somebody that lives in Oklahoma, do they care about a hybrid? No. Probably not. So there is some of that, but most of the population is on the coast where fuel prices are higher.
And when we do like a Tahoe V8 or a Suburban V8 and people comment, who buys these vehicles today? Just go to Texas.
Just go to Texas.
You mentioned
go when the Texas State Fair is on. That's fun.
Oh, so fun. We loved it.
If you like deep fried everything deep fried, you'll love it there.
You know, one of the guys that I used to work with at Pepsi, he's moved to Texas. And his wife had just reached out to me recently, Robin, and she was like, did you guys move to Texas? She asked me because we were at the Toyota event in Plano, and I said, no, we're still in Vancouver, but they moved to Texas, and they are absolutely loving it. All the kids went to.
Can I tell a little story?
Sure.
So, the second night we were there, we had done all of our filming during the day of the RAV4.
Yeah.
And then we went to the bar because the hockey game was on and they didn't have the right ESPN channel in our room. No. Plus I needed to eat something and have a beer. Andrea was hungry too. So we went down to the bar and we ran into one of the executives from Toyota. We were sitting there watching the hockey game, having a beer, having some food. And then all of a sudden, all of the phones in the bar go whoop, 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 tornado warning.
I couldn't believe it.
Seek shelter immediately.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking around and I go up to one of the locals at the bar. I said, is this like a real thing? He goes, we'll be fine. We're in a big hotel.
They weren't concerned at all. That's
your Texas Twister. So I have a question for you, Andrea. A percentage-wise, how many people who watch this are subscribed to the channel?
Not many. I'm just going to be frank.
Yeah, I looked it up. It's about 50%. So a lot of people watch, and we thank you for that. But then the number one thing you could do to help us out, Zork and Drea, is to hit that subscribe button. That helps us a lot.
And I think some people think, and I do sometimes with other channels that, let's say I watch, not necessarily in automotive, but just something else. I'm fed then that information from that channel. Oh, they've released a new video and I haven't subscribed. So then I realized, you know what, I've got to subscribe if I'm being fed this just to support the channel. You mentioned you don't purchase extended warranties for your cars. Why? I'm buying a Honda Passport this fall. I feel confident in the engine, but all the electronics make me nervous. Thoughts?
Well, you have the car under warranty for 3 years, so you don't need to worry about it. And then you could buy an extended warranty towards the end of your existing warranty. Or if you're just one of these people that sleeps well at night, you can pay up front. And a lot of people have finance or lease their vehicles. You're going to roll all of that in to your monthly payments. So it depends whether you're willing to deal with these things or you just don't want to deal with them.
Yeah, and I think it really comes down to the cost of that extended warranty. We just kind of gamble.
We're getting close to the end there.
We just kind of gamble and we're like, we'll just deal with it as it happens. And if we have to pay out of pocket, we have to pay out of pocket. Some people want that security of knowing they have the warranty. The thing about these warranties is they can be costly. Sometimes it works out, actually, that you get it and it's a good price point. But, you know, sometimes an extended warranty, I'm just going to pick a number, is 5 years. You get a 5-year extended warranty. But that warranty starts when you buy the vehicle. So you've already got a manufacturer's warranty of 3 years, and then you only get to tag on 2 years of that 5-year warranty. So you've really got to break down the cost. Now, you can also buy an extended warranty after the fact as that manufacturer's warranty runs out. In some cases from the dealership. In other cases, no, the dealership won't offer it, but you could get a third-party extended warranty.
Or you could just do the every month, if you're making a car payment, just put in $50 a month into a savings account.
Yeah.
And then when your 3-year warranty is done, you've got some money in there for something that comes up. You could just do it that way, or just take the bill on the nose when it comes. I would think for Honda, the V6 has been around. It's got the 9-speed automatic. The electronics are not new. They use it in other Honda products, and it has been around for a long time. I think with a Honda Passport or Pilot, I wouldn't worry too much about it myself.
No.
I would just drive it and enjoy it. And the other thing is, if everything goes south and you hate it, just gives you an excuse to send us a note and say, what car should I buy next?
Yeah.
That's the way you look at
Or
it.
I hate you guys. I
Yeah.
didn't buy the extended warranty because of your advice. Do what works well for you.
This is the
Even
way.
though we don't buy an extended warranty, it doesn't mean that you can't buy one. There was a viewer, we talked about this before, and a viewer said they bought a BMW. He told his wife, do not buy the extended warranty. I guess she went in and bought it herself. And she came out with the extended warranty, and he wasn't too happy about it. But the thing is, she felt better about it, and that's all that really matters.
I was just going to do my little. You wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, oh, if the radio craps out, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
Or you just are like, I'll deal with it myself.
You know, there's also a viewer who bought a BMW. I think it was an X3, and it was a
3 Series. I think it was a 3 Series.
CPO vehicle from the dealership. The other thing with that, even if it's a CPO, you've really got to drill down to make sure that you understand what's covered, because there was something that wasn't covered, and he had a big bill, and he was not happy because he assumed everything was covered. He wasn't thrilled about it. And that's it for us.
All right, if you want to get a question in, how do you do it?
Follow along on Instagram at motormouth_Andrea. Every Sunday morning, we put a post out on Instagram asking for questions. Once we gather them, the post is deleted and we start the show.
We'll talk to you next time.